So, WTF! You know what? There's like so many things that you have to live with.
Yes.
Gray hair.
Gray hair. Bills.
Turkey neck nuts.
I'm not sure I'm ready to live with that one.
But you know what? There is one thing that, there's one man that is not standing for any of that, because there is a 69-year-old man who is taking legal action to actually change his age from 69 to mid-40s, 45 or so. Ish. 40-ish.
It's like, put it on my birth certificate. Ish.
So he is entrepreneur Emil Rattelbrand. I hope I said that right. More than likely I didn't, but it's all right. Emil!
Okay.
Good guy. He says he's a self-help guru, so he goes out there and he, helps people out. And he's got a tremendous amount of energy. So I can understand why he wants that energy to match as far as his age.
Okay.
But he actually, his argument is if people can be transgender,
yes,
legally change their sex, legally change their name,
right,
why can't you legally change your age? What do you think about that?
Because it's dumb. You still look old.
But he does not. That's just the point.
Okay, so when you look old, are they gonna add years to your age?
Oh, well, if you fight for it, sure.
I mean,
damn it, I'm 90.
I'm ready to collect my Social Security right now. I don't care if I'm 40. I feel 65.
Okay, how about this? He's 69, and they're like, okay, well, you want to be 45? We need that Social Security back.
Well, it's a few years of Social Security.
You're kind of old. It's about 20 years, boy. I'm gonna mess with your 401k shit.
So I get why he could say, and I get the argument. And it's like, hey, you weren't born that sex. You can change it. Why can't I change it? You weren't born that name. That wasn't the name that they gave you, and you get to change it. Why can't you change this? But it's ridiculous, sir.
And that's true, because
that's the one thing you can't change. So I would have said you can't change your sex. But medical science proved me wrong.
But even that, when you have plastic surgery, that's not your nose, those aren't your boobs, that's not your ass.
You know what? You're making his case.
And so that's what I am. I'm saying that, he's absolutely right. Why can't it be age as well?
Okay, so, and I heard a little bit where he said, because somebody brought up the whole Social Security thing, and he said that he was willing to forego Social Security if he can move back to 40s-ish. Now, is it because that, ultimately I don't feel like I'm in my 60s going on to 70 and stuff like that? Or is it because I still kind of want to bang 40-year-old girls?
Honestly, that's exactly it. So there are certain limitations when you are a 69-year-old man. What I want to say is
40-year-old girls ain't on your list no more.
20-year-olds aren't on your list anymore. 40s, in your 40s, you can buy a house, cars, you get more work. There is a lot more trust, I would say, and the younger that you are, there is trust that you are able to perform your duties as a job in job or behind closed doors. Hey, whatever.
You can't even apply for a loan that old.
Right. You're not gonna, gonna die. You're gonna die next week.
Are we gonna do a 1-year loan?
Then on top of that, you get blown off on Tinder, which something that is that's a real thing for him, I guess.
Nobody wants to date grandma.
But the thing is that even though you don't look your age, you don't necessarily have to put your age on there and say that you're 69 and anything. None of that should matter. But
actually, you do.
Alrighty then. Never mind.
But people lie all the time. And then you can just lie that you're in your 40s until somebody looks at you.
I'm going back and forth on this. I really am. I'm going back and forth on
the
this.
arguments are, they're legit arguments. It's like, I can see it. But, so what are they going to say? Here lies a man who died
in his 20s.
Exactly. It's like, because this is his 23rd, no, this is his 4th or 5th, 21st birthday, because he keeps changing it. That's ridiculous.
How can, and you bring up a damn good point with that. How can you, are you really going to go back and change your date of birth? Because that's what changes your age.
Yeah. It's like he wasn't born.
I was legally born. Okay, look.
Here's my driver's license.
Look, I'll just say, I'm just gonna speak for me, for experience. Okay, I am about to be 45 years old. Okay, now I don't look 45. I sure as hell don't act 45. But I'm content with being 45. I'm fine. It's not a big deal to me. You know,
One of those things where people get to say, "Oh my God, you're 45." I would never guess.
exactly. So hey, Native American blood, baby. That's what happens. But anyway, you just embrace who you are, and if you really feel that way, that's great. Everybody's got a youthful spirit. You're in your 40s. You don't act your age. You know, you get shot down like you did when you were in your 20s. Whatever your point is. The point.
Same 20-year-olds still shoot me down today. Live with it, man. That's the whole point. Is that look, your age is gonna be your age. It's like whether you change it or not, it's still gonna be what defines you. You're not gonna think like a 20-year-old if you go back to 20. You're not gonna think like a 40-year-old if you go back to 40. 60 is the age that you earn and the amount of wisdom that you've accumulated up to that particular point in time. Who cares if you're that age? If the chick was really into you, and that's the reason why that you're changing it, she'd be into you that you were 69 because you look like you're 40. She'd still be into you. And it's the girls that are obsessed with your age that don't want to talk to you. They're not the girls that you want to talk to anyway. You want to bang them, but you don't really want to do anything with them besides that. So if that's your whole point, then just lie. But if you're trying to do something serious, just tell them they would still love you anyway, and you would still be able to go on.
Yeah, really.
You could save grandma to when you're 90.
Especially if you act like a man, you treat them with respect, and you're good and all that. You know, I mean,
look at like an episode of Maury.
But I'm just saying, you look at Hugh Hefner. Hugh has never needed to change his age.
But he was also a billionaire. So.
That's a good point.
You know,
wrong comparison.
The best thing was ever said, the smartest thing that was ever said, that there is no ugly billionaires.
That's very true.
None. They're all incredibly gorgeous. You know why? Because money makes them look that way. So, sir, if you're being down about being 69,
get rich.
Make more money. Nobody will care. Nobody will absolutely care. That's all I got to say about this.
Lots of luck to you, sir, regardless. But hey, man, love yourself. It doesn't matter. Terrence, take us home.
All right, so obviously, we do a whole bunch of different shows, and this is one of our shows called WTF. And if this is the first time you've actually visited the channel, and this is the first show that you ever watch, I just start with WTF. There's other better shows that we do. These are funnier, but there are better shows that we do. So please make sure you go out and check those out, like our podcast, like Top 5, like You Don't Hate. Those are all great shows that we do and things that you will find very interesting in other topics. But if this show is the one that won you over, who are you? But because you made it to the end, make sure you go to our patreon.com/thegoods and help contribute to the channel so that way you can help us get better. Maybe we can do better stories than old men who want to be young, who are obviously broke, because if they were rich, they wouldn't care.
Because there's no ugly billionaires.
There's no ugly billionaires. But what is it? Bill Gates. That is the most gorgeous man in the world. You know why? Because he's a billionaire.
For Aspen and Nart, wherever the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
That's a lie. He's
because
the nerdiest of nerd people. I was like, God, it's like if he didn't have money, he...
Proud Cookie.
Watch, I bet you her character's name is going to be Cookie.
No, it's not Cookie.
She's going to be in, what was the Sugarland? The Sugar Rush game. And then she's going to be in the cookies. The fucking cookies.
You're an idiot.